Hello, Jade.
Hello, baby.
How's it going?
I have just woken up.
Good. Because I've been awake for like 12 hours. So,
Nice.
welcome everyone who is listening. Welcome to the first episode of the SqueekyDogCast. I'm extremely nervous, and I'm not gonna try to hide it because it just seems really fake if you try to hide that. um,
Yeah, no, I mean, you want it to be authentic.
yeah, this is a real podcast.
This will be the only authentic podcast on the internet.
All the others are CIA plants to make you think you are sane, but really you're crazy. Um, we have no plan for this. It's really just talking about whatever the fuck we want. This whole thing is recorded so ramshackly too. I'm sure if anyone who actually professionally podcasts saw this, they'd have a heart attack on the spot. Um, you don't really want to know the behind the scenes of how this is held together. This would give you
Look,
a shock, a scare, a spook.
the rat population has worked hard on this. Many
Yeah.
guilds have
Yes.
fallen.
Many rats have suffered trying to put this together. But I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm excited. We should
I'm
we
excited.
should give introductions before we get into any
So,
topics. You go first because
that's
you're the
right
squeaky.
as
You're
we
the
go.
squeaky. You're squeaky, so you have to go first.
Okay.
You're on the left
I
side of the
am
screen.
Jade, the jaded rat. I play video games on the internet badly, and then I talk shit about people far more famous than myself. That's about me.
You sound like a drama channel. Or do you want to introduce
Um,
yourself like a drama channel, or do you want to redo that?
I don't know. It's a good thing these things are fucking edited.
No, I'm keeping it in.
That does track. Um, I guess I'm not a drama channel. I mean, when I refer to people more famous than myself, I just mean like
Brad Pitt.
other idiots who also put on their pants one leg at a time, but pretend that they float on water.
I actually put my legs in my pants two legs at a time. I sit on the end of my bed and I like put them in together like a little boot little.
How do you
Put 'em
do
together.
that when each of your legs are like 3 fucking meters long?
I can just curl my legs. It's simple.
This is why skirts are easier.
Skirts are even easier to throw on, like, and it's done. But no, I am Riley. I am a dog. I'm a streamer. I stream like sometimes. I'm very bad at keeping up with it, and I try to make YouTube videos, but that's really procrastinating. So this will actually be the first editing thing I actually ever do. This will be the first time I actually work on that. So that's gonna be
I am
fun to
interested to see what
trial and
your
error.
editing style is gonna eventually be. The first couple of times you edit, you're not really
Yeah,
thinking of your style,
yeah.
but
I
after a
imagine
little bit,
I imagine this
you pick up
podcast
your
is
own
going to be
habits.
very smallly edited. I have ideas for what I want to do for the video, for the first video I'm making. Um, I have a way I want to kind of edit it where I want to like cut in things a lot, like cut in uh
Like jokes we don't bring on screen and things mentioned that we don't necessarily just like have the moment to pull up.
no, I'm talking about the video, not talking about the podcast. I mean with the
Oh,
podcast, yeah, that could also happen, but I'm talking about the video. I plan on like editing in like clips from things that I'm like referencing or something. Like I don't know, it's hard to describe the style. I showed you a channel actually. I think that was most similar to what I want. That Chazington channel. Oh wow,
oh
yeah,
yeah.
that guy. I like his style of editing. I think it's funny. So because that's also my type of humor where like I'll reference something and in my head the thing I'm referencing is playing in a perfect clip of it and it makes me giggle when I think about it. So like that's the style of editing that I like is it is exactly how my brain works when I like reference a fucking
Like,
niche ass video.
you know how long I've wanted to make a YouTube channel, and then every time I come down to like what kind of ideas, there's always some kind of combination between like I don't know, idiot in front of a camera spouting like stupid things on topic.
Well, what's the
And it's
combination with?
like sort of like a mixture between like Vosh and Moist Critical and all
Uh,
the people that I give
I, f-
shit to.
I feel
Like,
like I feel like if you combined Vosh and Critical into a like a Venn diagram, you'd get like the ideal person. I'm being serious with that. Like
wow.
if you take out all the negative characteristics of both of them and had a perfect synthesis of their best traits, it would make a like a model human being.
What if I told you that I enjoy Vosh's content and I've seen more than enough videos of Moist, but what if I told you I wouldn't say I particularly like them as people?
Oh no, I think Critical is like a good person, like because he's
Yeah,
just an average guy. So I don't have any gripes with him. I could see someone not liking Vosh as a person. I mean, I like him as a person because I kind of agree with a lot of his like takes on relationships with people and a lot of that. And I feel like it's a very much like a this is the belief of someone who like understands how humans kind of should be when they are nice to people. It's like his takes on stuff like that I find are very good. When a lot of people just kind of look at it and be like, "You're," well, like I don't know. I'll get into that some other time. I'm sure. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with Vosh very often. I just find some of his takes to be, how do I say? I think he's in a position where he's been doing what he's been doing in the unique way he's been doing it for so long that he's been pushed into the corner of holding very strong ideas about certain things that he doesn't need to.
I just think that's how he is because he's always been like that. He's always just been strong and like
Yeah,
stubborn on his positions. That's just always how he's been. And I'm sure maybe
but there's
his
just
his
like
position
certain
his position in the
positions.
community that have been cemented. Like I'm sure some things he's more stubborn on now than he used to be. But I think that's just
Maybe
a
I just don't like that he's negative about polyamory.
he is polyamorous. What the fuck are you talking about? He's
He's given
polyamorous.
shit to it. Or am I thinking of other
You're
things?
probably thinking of other things. He literally despises monogamy all the fucking time. I think you're
Eh?
thinking of something else. He's literally polyamorous.
What am I thinking?
I
Oh,
have no clue.
I'm probably thinking something else.
You're a fucking idiot. He does rail
I have
against
no
weed
idea.
smokers a lot because he thinks that potheads who just sit around and get high all day instead of actually doing something to care about themselves are fucking
The
annoying. And I
problem
agree with
is,
that. And I agree with that. I will.
here's the thing. I am so yeah, I'm gonna just announce it on your stream. I am a daily user of marijuana.
Minutely user.
Okay, yes, but I do agree with a lot of Vosh's takes. I
Yeah.
think that blanketing a lot of people with that take is maybe a bit unfair,
Nah. Fuck it.
but as somebody who uses daily myself, like I know how lazy it can make a person.
Yeah, like his position in particular is that people who smoke weed to just not go to therapy instead are just miserable and they're making themselves miserable instead of going to therapy and getting help.
Okay, Bosh, I'm called out enough.
I mean, it's true though. Like and then he says if you get defensive on that position, you're exactly who I'm talking about. And that's the type of stuff that
Yeah,
I agree with. Like that's the type of opinions I agree with when it comes to like his human nature. But I don't want to instantly just start dick riding Vosh in the first 10 minutes of our podcast.
this is
This
true.
is like
This is
we
this is true.
instantly
But
started dick riding
I'm
Vosh.
curious about something you started mentioning before the podcast. What did JD Vance do now?
Oh, okay. So, um, instantly 10 into the podcast, we're already talking about politics. Um, so, JD Vance, if you don't know, is the sorry, not the Democrat. He's not a Democrat. Jesus Christ, he is the Republican nomination for the vice president under Trump. And he's a fucking psychopath. He's currently the one of the senators of Ohio. I forget who he's serving alongside, but it doesn't matter. I think they're independent actually. Um, but
Let's be professional
let's be
about this,
professional.
right?
Let's show off our little screen share here. Jade,
Here we go.
will you pull up the other
JD Vance.
can you pull up the other Ohio senator?
Uh, what the fuck is their name?
I don't know, just pull up Ohio senators. Their name is
Sherrod.
Sherrod Brown.
Oh my God, they
He
look like a melted Monty Python character.
he looks like fuck, what's his name? What's his fucking name? Hold on. I'm gonna try Googling this myself. What's his name? Oh shit, I had that pulled up. Oops. Hold on. I didn't realize that would pull up there. It was just my Twitch that got opened up. Not a big deal. Um, what's his name? The guy who plays Douglas. I think his name is Douglas from Utopia, the Utopia show. What's his name?
Yeah,
What's his name?
Utopia.
What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Actors, cast. What's his name? Paul Higgins.
Paul Higgins.
A kind of a nobody. He played a character in a show I like. Um.
Played a character. Yes, I know Paul Higgins.
Oh.
I know all the actors from somewhere.
He was in the Utopia TV show as one of the
Fucking
main
movie
characters.
autism.
Michael Dugdale, not Douglas, Dugdale. Yeah, but he kind of looks like him to me.
If you
Like
picked
if
up
if he
like,
picked up some
if
weight.
he ate it a whole nother one of himself, yeah.
I don't know. It's just like the hair and the expression. Um,
What was this fucker in? He's Scottish.
he's a
I like
Scot.
Scottish
Yeah.
people.
Utopia, 2013 to 2014.
Never watched it.
It's really good. Anyway,
So, Sherrod
Sherrod
Brown and
Brown's
JD
JD
Vance.
Vance. So JD Vance, um, was attacking Tim Walz. Tim Walz is the Democratic nomination for vice president under Kamala Harris, and now uh, Tim Walz is the current governor of Minnesota. He's literally uh, dad of America. He's America's father. He's the most American guy to ever live. He is
You think if he
he's a
makes it to
great
the
candidate.
presidency himself, not VP, he'd be considered like America's dad? Like
Yes,
that would be
unironically,
his
yes, he would. Maybe granddad at that
that'd be
point,
cool.
because at that point he would be a grandfather. Because he had children pretty late. Because again, we'll get into why he had children pretty late. Um, but this guy's literally
Probably
like
military
perfect.
service.
Yeah, yeah, this guy's literally perfect. So, Tim Walz served in the National Guard for 24 years, starting at 17 years old. And also during this time was also a teacher, like a middle school or high school social studies teacher, I forget. So he's like pretty cool. And then he stopped serving in the military as soon as, yeah, that's his wife, another teacher.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, teachers love to marry teachers.
I get that. I see that a lot.
Yeah,
Also, why does she look like a nicer, like an evil Hillary?
she does look like normal good woman Hillary. I was also thinking Roseanne Barr, like if Roseanne Barr was a normal human being.
Yeah, but that's out of this world. Hillary could have been a normal human being.
Hillary could have been a normal human being, but she chose the path of death and
She
destruction.
she chose the path of I stand by my man.
So Tim Walz, he pulls out of the National Guard after 24 years, just before his unit is going to be, not just before his unit's going to be deployed in Iraq in 2005.
Yeah.
And that's like normal. He was already planning on retiring, and it's like, okay, if I'm already gonna retire, why am I gonna go out to Iraq? I'm just gonna retire now, right? The
Well,
guy's in his fucking 30s, right?
what I heard was that after, like, he put in his retirement, and like over a month later, it was announced that
I
his
think that's
unit
the
was going.
story. Yeah,
Like
I think that's the case.
I don't know much about what goes on in the background in the military, but I don't imagine that this guy heard, "Oh, we're getting deployed," and his first thought was, "I'm getting out."
Yeah,
Like
no, no.
he was in the military for 24 goddamn
Yeah,
years.
and so he also made it to the highest possible rank an enlisted soldier can make it to.
Wait,
Uh
there's a cap for enlisted
yeah, because
soldiers?
when you enlist, you're not actually like a career officer.
I
So
see.
like you're not actually doing it as a job, you're just an enlisted man. So like you can only go so far before you just become like a career officer, right? So he hit the max before becoming a career officer, which it should be on his Wikipedia page if you look on his service. Um I forget what the actual rank is called, but technically after he left, he wasn't like it got taken away and he got demoted, but he still made it. He's non-commissioned. That's what it was. Non-commissioned officer. That's the tech. Yeah, military service. Go up, scroll, 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 scroll. There on the side.
Stop.
Go down, down. It's on the list of
Yes, I
his
was
titles.
looking at
No,
military
on the list of
service.
his fucking titles. On the list of his on the side. There. No, that. See that? There. This. Yeah. See military service.
Highest rank,
Highest rank.
Command
Sorry.
Sergeant Major.
That's
That
the
is
high.
pretty high.
That is the highest you can make it without it being. Yeah. Is the non-commissioned officer rated? Not yeah. Non-commissioned NCO. That's then there's commissioned officer. Which is when you're a career officer.
Okay.
So yeah, he made it very high. I'm pretty sure in Congress he's the only person to have that rank. Or when he wasn't, sorry, when he was in House of Representatives, he was the only person to have that rank. Um, so he's cool.
JD Vance is
Then
very young
he
for
is very young.
Republican
He's like my dad. He's
politician.
my dad's age, a little younger than my dad actually.
I
Uh,
feel like big name Republican politicians are usually over 50.
Usually they're over 70. No, they're usually older than 40 years old. Yeah. So JD Vance was also in the military. He was in the Marines for 4 years.
Marines, 4 years.
There it is right there.
Marine Corps Corporal.
And now JD Vance accused a lot of the Republicans are accusing Tim Walz of being a what the fuck?
Even at his
A
best,
coward.
Walls outranked him.
Forgot
Get
to mute my
fucked,
phone.
JD.
Forgot to mute my damn phone. So people are accusing JD Vance. No, people are accusing Tim Walz of being a coward who left his post before he had to actually serve. And one of the frontrunners of that was JD Vance, and then obviously because they're both VP picks. But JD Vance only served for 4 years and was nearly not nearly as much of a dedicated like soldier or whatever the hell. Oh, Hillbilly Elegy. Oh my god, that book. That's how he got
Yeah,
famous. This is the first thing he did
yeah.
that
This
got him
is this
famous.
is what
This is his call to fame.
Appalachian values.
Yeah. So
JD, listen, I got to talk to you about Appalachia and its place in the grander human culture. JD, you don't want to
Jade,
write this book.
no JD, no 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 no. You don't understand because you're not an American. Oh, we never really said where we're from. I should have said that. I'm an American from New Jersey. Jade is from South Africa. Um, but Appalachia isn't really like what you. I'm assuming what you're thinking it is. Appalachia is kind of like how the Midwest is, where it's like very rural, family neighborhoods. Everyone kind of knows each other, sort of deal. But JD Vance is trying, like Hillbilly Elegy is like, oh, this is the actual Appalachia is when you're racist and you want to shoot at black people and you're a drug addict and you hate people. Like that's pretty much what his view of Appalachia is because he never fucking really grew up there. He fucking left and went to become a Silicon Valley, Peter Thiel guy. So like,
You,
yeah, he literally was funded. He like worked under Peter Thiel directly. Which, if you know who that
actually,
is,
you.
is fucking horrible. Evil gay
Let's
billionaire.
refresh my memory.
Evil gay billionaire.
Evil gay billionaire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
Oh, yes. He's
anti-Semitic.
German.
He is. He is German. He
Which
he
means if he's anti-Semitic and German, he would be a supporter of that Nazi
the
party,
yeah
right?
certain. I'm pretty sure it's called the NSDAP or something like that. Something along those lines. I don't know if you've heard of it. Uh, what is it called exactly? What is it? NSDAP? I don't know if I've heard of this
Thiel is a
before.
Thiel is a self-described conservative libertarian.
That means he's a Nazi.
You're a Nazi, Thiel. You're a Nazi.
That means you're a Nazi. Um,
You are a Nazi. He's 56 from Germany. He would
56-year old.
born in 67. He would have been raised in the 70s. Yeah, he
He's a Nazi.
comes from Frankfurt. I
Oh,
gotta remember where Frankfurt is.
Frankfurt.
Was Frankfurt
Frankfurt.
east or west?
The west. Frankfurt's west.
Yes, Frankfurt was West Germany. What do you have to bitch about? You were in the nice half.
You were in the good half, you fucking little bitch. You little fucking
That's really my
asshole.
take there.
Yeah, I mean that is the only take you kind of need. Um, yeah. So JD Vance sucks. This was a long way of saying that JD Vance sucks, really.
So basically,
Yeah.
what it comes down to then, this whole bit, is that JD Vance and the right have decided to point at Tim Walz's, timely, you know,
Military
leaving
career, yeah.
from the military and say, oh, look, he's a pussy
Yeah.
after 24 years. But the people calling him out, Trump, A, has not served in the military, and B, Vance served 4 fucking years.
And
These people
also,
are bitching over
also,
nothing.
Donald Trump lied about having bone spurs to avoid the Vietnam draft. So, I mean, I support that personally.
Look, he's the
I
rich
support
kid.
that.
He didn't do it political
But
reasons. He didn't do it
he
because
did
he's a
yeah,
good
he did it because
fucking
he's a rich kid.
person and he
Yeah.
opposed the war. He
Yeah.
did it because, Dad, I don't want to go fight in the
I don't
war. I want
don't
to
want to
stay
go
here
into
in the $1 million tower.
Daddy, I don't want to go into war, Daddy. Don't let me get sent over there to die, Daddy.
We
I don't
joke, but
want to.
apparently his father was worse than he was, which
Oh
just
God.
horrifies me to my
Yeah.
core.
But yeah, Trump, like, they can't talk about someone not having the military service to be a leader when Trump literally got out of it by being a draft dodger, which I'm not gonna rail against draft dodgers. I'm not gonna. But it's funny coming from the right and considering what they're attacking him on, right? Like, to me,
Wait,
Walls's military service to me does not affect his electability. To me, that I mean, or to me,
yeah,
it doesn't waver in my
absolutely
opinion. But
non-topic that these people
to
are
the right,
pushing.
and to the people on the right, and to like moderates and stuff, and to people who actually care about military service, it's hilarious that they're calling Tim Walz a coward. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
But as far as I understand, the right, policy-wise, wants to bring back things like the draft, right?
Yes. Yeah. They do.
But so the ones wanting to bring back the draft are the kind of
Draft
people to
dodgers.
most likely dodge it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes.
What is this madness?
It is
What is this
fascism. It's
madness?
fascism. Get me out of harm's way. Have the poors go die for me. Men for the
Uh,
slaughter. Actually, I want you to look up another person. I want you to look up. Uh. What is his fucking name?
what does he do?
Eye patch
You know
guy.
I can.
He's an eye patch guy. He's got an eye patch. He was a soldier. He was a vet. Hassan said that he lost his eye because he got skull fucked by a brave
Adrian
mujahideen.
Carton. The Riyadh? No, that
No,
can't be it.
Hassan said that he got fucked by a brave mujahideen fighter in the skull. He got skull fucked, and that's how he lost his eye. How did he? I'm gonna type in eye patch conservative man. What's his name? Dan Crenshaw. That was. I am amazed how I got it up on the first
Oh,
try. This guy,
that guy.
Dan Crenshaw.
I thought you were
So
talking about somebody good.
no, I was talking about a Republican, conservative.
And fucking Crenshaw
So
is who
Dan,
you bring into this
yeah,
conversation?
I'm
Is
bringing
he
up
still relevant?
no. Well, technically he is because he's still a House of Representatives member of Texas. Um, so the whole thing about Dan Crenshaw is that he's a veteran who got injured really badly. He lost his eye. He lost his eye. The brave Mujahideen fighter skull fucked it.
Ooh,
I'm pretty sure Hassan like got a cease and desist for that.
I wouldn't be surprised. This motherfucker was born in Scotland. Leave! Go back home.
Dan Crenshaw Hassan. I wonder if there's like drama about this.
How do you how do you
There's
how are
Fox
you
News
born
covering
in
it.
Scotland and then become an American Republican? What the fuck is wrong with you,
Here's
Dan?
the remarks. I'm not allowing ads on Fox News. But you can see past the ad blocker, Hassan Piker calls Crenshaw's remarks satire. I think it's like the first time Hassan got mainstream attention because I think just after this was the 9/11 comment. Anyway, um, so yeah, Dan Crenshaw, he has a horrible injury from his time in military service. And his whole political platform is basically supporting other people to go to war and get the same injuries he did. He's kind of a piece of shit. Just a little bit, maybe.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, but he sucks. I hate him. His eye patch, he like the first picture that he looks like a fucking Metal Gear character. Like the
He
way the eye
does
patch
kind
is.
of unironically seem like the Metal Gear vote, doesn't he? But
Yeah,
once again, I rest easy knowing he can never become the president.
yeah, because well, I mean, oh yeah, you have to be born here. It's not just a citizen. You have to be
Yep,
born
yep,
here. That's a
yep. You
stupid
have
law.
to be a natural born citizen to become president.
That's a stupid restriction because that is not a requirement for literally any other office holding position ever. Not even the vice president. So you
Not
could
even the
become
vice.
no, you can become the vice president and not be a natural born citizen, and then it's like, oh, the president gets shot. Oh no, what's gonna happen? Unprecedented. We'll figure it out later.
You just told me how to get Dan Crenshaw the
I also
presidency.
told you how to get Cenk Uygur into presidency, the
Yeah,
Young
but
Turks
why
guy.
would I want saying
Because
as
Cenk presidency would be fucking amazing. He already ran for the Democratic
be
nomination.
hilarious?
He ran for the Democratic
It,
nomination. It's
it would
hilarious.
be unironically hilarious,
He suspended it
but
in
it's
March. How
kind of like
sad.
voting for a left-wing Trump.
Yeah, I would fucking if Cenk Uygur became president. Am I saying his name right? Cenk Uygur. As if Cenk
Iger.
Uygur, Uygur. Well, on here it looks like it's pronounced Uygur,
Let me see.
Uygur, because it says the J here is supposed to be pronounced like a Y, so it's like
Huger.
Uygur. So it's Uygur.
Huger.
Cenk
Yeah,
Uygur.
that's the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet.
Yeah, it's cool. Um, yeah,
I love the IPA.
Cenk Uygur, Cenk Kadir Uygur. Um,
Mm.
or Jenk. Is it Jenk? Jenk. It's Cenk Uygur. Okay, Cenk Kadir Uygur. If he became president, it'd be hilarious. It'd be actually hilarious. Cause he's like the way he talks is fucking hilarious. The way that he like does his show is hilarious. And he's a hilarious man. He's just a silly man. He's just a silly man. And it'd be hilarious to see him in the presidency. The president of the United States of America. That'd be hilarious.
He was born in Istanbul. I've been to Istanbul.
Oh, have you been to Istanbul?
I've been to Istanbul airport.
Oh, that doesn't count.
I got off the plane. I was inside the airport. I was on
Did you
Istanbul like
hold on, N word.
territory.
Hold on, I just saw N word controversy going on. It was
Where?
under Justice Democrats, I think, maybe politically. Oh, here. Bernie Sanders. Uyghur's campaign was initially endorsed by Bernie Sanders. This is for his House of Representatives in California. Um, and then a leading candidate for the Democratic presidential nomination of 2019. However, on December 13th, Sanders retracted his statement use over the sexual comments that Uyghur made had long made about women, demeaning comments that he made about blacks, using the N-word on his show multiple times, and provoking statements that he made about fundamentalist Muslims and Jews in years prior to his brought to his attention. The same day, Representative Ro Khanna withdrew his endorsement of Uyghur, saying Uyghur statements were hurtful and wrong. Aw, he got beat up. He got made fun of by both Sanders and Ro Khanna. Like, oh man, you got the fucking most. You had the only people who'd be your ally, fucking making fun of you. Aw, how sad. How sad. He's such a funny man. He's such a funny looking man.
I don't agree with all of what he says
Oh,
though.
I don't agree with like anything he says. I don't
I
like
haven't
him.
watched Tank in years, and as far as I can tell, isn't Anna
Anna
supposedly
has
a
been like
right-wing plant?
Anna has been bought out by the right wing.
Yeah, like as far as I can tell, like Anna Kasparian has gone like full
What the fuck is
right-wing
that picture
now.
for Hassan? Can you scroll up? What the fuck is he wearing?
You know, this is why I can't watch Hassan.
I do think that photo for his Instagram is pretty cute. I do think. I think
It
that's a
is.
cute
It's a
pic.
nice
That's a very
smile.
cute pic. He's a very
It's just
attractive
I will
man.
never be able to take Hassan seriously. I can barely take Vosh seriously. Fuck both of them.
I mean, I don't know. What is the fucking Dan Crenshaw reacts to Pete Skinny Pete? What the fuck is his name? Pete?
Skinny Pete.
What the fuck's his name? The Pete, Kim Kardashian's husband. Who the fuck is his name? Pete. Pete
Kim
Davidson. Pete
Kardashian's
Davidson.
Davidson. How the fuck would I know her
Pete
husband?
Davidson. His face is right down there on the bottom, but next to Dan Crenshaw on the left. That's Tucker Carlson.
Yes,
Yeah, that's Pete Davidson.
this Us Weekly. Let me just see what this is first before I open it there.
What would
It's
Pete Davidson
Us
possibly have to say?
magazine. He's forced to apologize for 2018 joke about him.
What's the 2018 joke? Little sad that his name was linked to Pete Davidson. I like to comedic careers are joined. I don't understand. I don't care. I don't care. He literally looks like a fucking
I don't know. I
crackhead.
don't like any of these people.
He's got a meth head aesthetic. He's like blarping as a meth head.
I don't like any of these people. I mean, how do you see this and go like
He probably thinks he's so cool with that eye patch.
yeah, this is the kid that's like 13 years old and like, oh, the eye patch is so cool. I want to be a pirate. Like, no.
I want to be a pirate with an eye patch. The fuck you mean by that?
Yeah, but not like in the same way. He would still like unironically do the rape and pillage.
I want to do the pillage. I
Yeah,
want to
you see the
plunder.
difference.
Yarg.
See the difference. You know that they were
Yarg.
gonna change that naturalized citizen law? There was
Oh,
a push for it at one point.
yeah.
Did you ever hear about that? Would you like to?
I would like that to be gone, yeah. Oh, wait. Naturalized.
So
What are you talking about? Naturalized citizen. What are you talking about? The one for the presidency?
the natural citizen, the presidency
Oh,
thing.
yeah. I would like to change that. They were like, oh, would you like to get rid of
Do you know
naturalized
who
citizens?
they? Do you know why there was a push for it before though?
I think I know.
Schwarzenegger.
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm aware. I'm aware.
Because he married American royalty.
Yes.
Got himself into politics and married Maria Shriver.
I forget her name.
That is her name, right?
I don't remember her name. Um,
Um,
God, I'm looking at Tim Walls and the screen share. He is a kindly looking man. He has the phrenology of a kind man.
yeah, married
Arnold
to Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger,
Ah, my
and
life is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
she's a Kennedy.
Yeah, Eunice.
So they wanted to basically take away that.
She looks. That one when she's smiling, she looks exactly like Jackie Kennedy.
Which one? She's
That one.
smiling in like
I
two
know. I know
ways.
she's not related to Jackie because she's technically the niece of JFK, so she's not blood related. But she has that Kennedy smile. She has the Kennedy smile. She has it. It's such a. She literally looks like JFK in a wig and like hitting the head with a hammer. What the? Oh wait, yeah, Botox and like surgery is gonna do that to you.
Ew. That's what you get living in Hollywood.
You get being fucking
Anyway,
Kennedy.
they were going to make a push for him to become president at some point. Like
Yeah,
he was, governor, I think. Yeah,
of California.
Governor Arnold.
Governor Arnold.
So, and they were going to make him a push to president at some point, the
When was
same
his
way they
term?
did Reagan.
His term was late '90s, right? I think so. Or
Late
was it?
90s, 2000s.
That's crazy.
Like we can
I'll
we
never be able to
can
comprehend
push it.
that. Governor Schwarzenegger. That's
I mean,
insane.
like he. Let's see, what was his actual
Arnold.
governorship?
It should be at the top. 2003 to 2011.
Yeah, he was
I
governor
was
for
born
a
when
while.
I was alive and for a long time when he was
Yeah, the
governor.
thing is, he was exactly what you'd expect from a celebrity governor. He
Didn't
didn't
do
do
anything,
anything massive. He
and he had a
didn't
sex
do
scandal.
like, yeah, well, other than the sex scandal, which then eventually lost him any hope at the presidency because you don't fuck around on a Kennedy. The Kennedys fuck around on you.
Yeah, I am the Arnold. I
I
am
know.
Arnold.
Just like some of the look that this motherfucker had back in the day was unreal.
I am.
Why?
I am
Why does any
insanely big.
human being ever need to be shaped like this?
I am the strongest man ever.
What are you eating?
My penis is exploding out of my pants. I can't
Oh
keep
no,
it in.
God, I don't want Arnold penis.
Show me Tim Waltz again. He's like showing kittens after seeing something horrific. Show me some nice pictures of Tim Walls. Look at him. Look at him. Oh,
Look
oh,
at
oh,
him.
oh, 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 oh. I have a fun thing to talk about. I have a fucking great thing to talk about. So I have a
Yeah,
friend in Minnesota, right? I have a friend from Minnesota, and they tell me about this all the time. So Minnesota changed its state flag, right? We talked about the flags the other day, and I was asking your opinions on them. So the
yeah,
Minnesota
yeah,
state flag looks like this, right? This is the Minnesota state flag.
yeah.
There is a conspiracy theory by the right that the Somalian flag is on is this that these are this is an attempt
And they
at
changed it to the
yeah,
Somalian flag,
that
right? Because it was Jumtaland.
this is an attempt at Tim Walz to do great replacement theory. So you can see that people are talking about it, the Minnesota state flag with the Somalia flag. They so I'm pretty sure it's because Minnesota has like a slightly higher percentage of Somalians than the rest of the states, which is where this conspiracy theory comes from. Like it's like a probably like a 0.01 amount. What's a good article we can go to? Let's go to the Washington Post. Um, yeah. So it opens up. They talk about polling of which flags are popular. Then it talks about the change to this.
Okay.
Minnesota, it's saying that it makes sense how the colors are used here because Minnesota's very cold, icy. Hockey's big, so like light blue and dark blue. This type of color scheme is gonna work good with a white in the shape of like a star, like a snowflake. It can work like that. It makes sense. The new Minnesota flag was somehow meant to evoke Somalia as a woke tribute to the startled Somali population. The reality, as is often the case, is more banal and nefarious. More banal and less nefarious. Yeah, so this was already a conspiracy theory by Minnesotans that was already designed to like get people act. Um, but now that oh, here's an Elon tweet about it. And
Uh,
now that Tim Walz has got national attention, what the fuck is John Kerry? Where is he here? Why is he here? Is this a new photo? Because this looks like a new photo, but John Kerry doesn't look like he's aged at all since 2004. Anyway, so now that it has national attention, everyone is talking about it, and it is the funniest fucking conspiracy theory ever. It is so funny. It is so stupid. Like this is the level. This is like what's his fucking name? Bill O'Reilly. This is like some Bill O'Reilly
yeah,
era,
Bill O'Reilly.
like
Bill O'Reilly
numerology.
definitely have like,
This is like some Bill O'Reilly type
because
shit where he
Bill
gets on
O'Reilly is
stage.
also Bill O'Reilly's the Christmas is under attack.
Yeah, that he started that.
Christianity is falling because the Bill O'Reilly's a fucking nutcase.
So Bill O'Reilly, for those who don't know, was a former Fox News host. He pretty much was Tucker Carlson of the Obama administration. Um, right? Broadcasting career. Let me make sure I'm getting these dates right. Yeah, he was not just Obama. He was also Bush. But I most associate him with like Obama's terms because that's like when I think of him most because he gets fired shortly after Trump wins.
I remember a lot of him going back and forth during the Bush years with Jon Stewart.
Oh yeah,
Based
that
Jon
is true
Stewart.
also. But I'm imagining him during Obama too. Oh, John Bush era too. Yeah, because wasn't John Stewart still around during Obama though?
I think he left around the Obama time.
Let me see. I love John Stewart. Career. No, he was there for the pretty much the whole time that Bill O'Reilly was there. He left 2 years. He left a year before Trump won.
Yeah. He
So
basically was like, Obama's our president. I don't need to do this anymore. Like,
yeah,
somebody else can take the reins. Trevor Noah, South African guy who's unfunny as fuck. Here's my show. Do something.
the first
And
show,
Trevor Noah shat on the show for fucking few years.
the show of September 20th, 2001, the first show of Texas,
Where do you
September
lie on
11th.
Trevor Noah?
I don't care about him at all. I've seen one thing with him, and it was a Palestine Israel video where he was basically just kind of being very basically pro-Palestinian. This was like 2021 video, basically barely being pro-Palestinian while being critical of Israel, but trying not to make people accuse him of being an anti-Semite type shit. For this injection included a footage of a fly in the World Trade Center in New York City. The first 9 minutes of the show included a tear for Stewart discussing his personal view of the event. Uh, that's crazy. Um,
One of the greatest moments in television history is Jon
the Twin
Stewart's first
Towers
show
falling
after 9/11.
was the
Jon
twin.
Stewart's like first Daily Show after that happened.
This one here. I actually think it was the towers falling was the greatest moment of television history. When I was a kid, um, now we're on talk about 9/11. So when I was a kid, um, they would obviously put the 9/11 on the news all the fucking time because it was like I was born 2004, so I was born 3 years after 9/11.
Oh, that's
Nearly,
terrifying.
yeah. I was born October 2004, so when I was a kid, it was obviously like still very recent, right? So they would
Yeah,
play it
we
on
were
the
still in the
news.
midst of like the
Yeah,
Iraq War.
it would play on the news all the time. And as a kid, I thought 9/11 like happened when I was alive because I remember seeing the
So
footage on TV, and I and
just
then and I
for
recreated it
everybody's
with my
reference,
Legos.
just for everybody's reference, I was born in 91. By the time that this happened, I was 10 years old. Like I came home from school and saw this on TV.
Ah, my
I
god.
came home from school and I saw this on TV.
My god. Well, um I was not even a thought. Well, I wasn't even a thought until I was probably like 3 months into my mom's pregnancy because I was an accident baby. Um, I was a very big accident. Um, but yeah, I would recreate a 9/11 with Legos. I would like stack up like the big Lego Duplos into two towers and then knock them over because I saw it on the TV.
I mean, that makes sense. I
Yeah.
imagine a lot of kids did that
It
just
is.
from
It's extremely
exposure to
common.
this.
I've heard it's extremely common that kids would get it
Because
autistic children born after 9/11 would see it on TV, and it's like the earliest hyperfixation. Like I've heard it from so many. Like I fucking love reading about 9/11. That sounds fucked up,
there's
but
certain
like genuinely,
events in American history.
I find the events of 9/11 to be extremely interesting and extremely fascinating to go through and like watch like those videos where it compiles the whole like the video where it's the 9/11 as it happened dashboard where it shows
Yeah.
different like news coverages of the day and it all syncs up to when the attacks start and shit, and like
Because
that
there's a
sort of thing
few
is really
events in
interesting to me.
American history where something big happens and there's a lot of discussion from both sides about it.
Yeah, I think
Like the
the closest thing we
conspiracy
have
theories that
the closest thing we have to
exploded
that is
out of
January 6th.
nowhere. That's the latest one.
That's the latest one, but it's nowhere near as big as 9/11.
But, like, there was the moon landing,
Yeah,
there
moon
was
landing.
Kennedy's assassination,
Yeah.
there's just certain moments in American history that become discussion worldwide, and 9/11 was really the biggest one because I remember that launched the careers of all sorts
So many
of,
people.
right-wing pundits, like, Alex Jones wrote,
Yes.
like,
Well, Alex Jones
on
got most
the
of his fame from
9/11 thing.
Bohemian Grove. That's where he kind of got his start. But yeah, 9/11 was his whole thing. He got his
Yeah,
start. He got his start on
he was
Bohemian
into
Grove though.
people.
Early life. Well, actually, he was influenced by the Waco siege. That's crazy, and the OKC bombing. Not surprised. Not surprised. Um, where is the mention of the Bohemian? Because I remember the one of the first thing he did was I guess it's like a mention on the Wikipedia article maybe. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna see Alex Jones Bohemian Grove. You know the Bohemian Grove?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
It sounds like
Yeah,
a great
2000.
fucking party. Yeah.
It was
I think
2000.
I've
So
actually seen
that's when
this.
he
I watched it back in 2000.
yeah, so he this was what he started his career, and then next year was obviously 9/11, which turbo boosted him. Um nationalists. But yeah. 9/11. Kind of crazy day, honestly. Imagine being in the Oh my god,
If you
that's
were in the
fucked.
tower, it was a short day.
I mean, only if you were on the upper half or stuck in somewhere
I
in the
still
middle.
remember there was a comedian who I think it was about it was just a few months after the September 11th attacks.
My dog shit on the rug and pissed on the rug, so I had to clean it up. But we're back now. Don't really want to continue what we were talking about because it was probably mindless ramblings caught 3 layers into distractions.
That is how it goes.
That is how it goes. Uh, what did you have anything to eat today? We'll talk about
Did I
food.
have anything
Do you
to
have
eat
anything to eat
today?
today?
I had fries with Peronaise sauce.
I don't know what that Pyrenees sauce is. I don't know what that is.
Well,
What
think
is this?
mayonnaise with peri peri.
How do you spell that? Pyrenees? Like a Pyrenees dog?
Peri, like Peronaise, like mayonnaise.
Pyrenees. Like this? Oh, Perry. I thought you. Oh, Perry. Peri. Okay.
Yeah,
Perry.
peri
Oh, this
peri.
just looks
There's
like
peri peri and
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
Oh, it's mayonnaise. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a
Bro,
brand of mayonnaise. It's a brand of
it's not a
mayonnaise.
brand. It's you can make this at home with like regular mayonnaise, add peri peri,
What is
and you
peri
have marinade.
peri?
Peri peri is a spice. It's a spice. Just look up peri peri and you'll
Peri pero.
understand.
This looks like fucking penises.
Yeah.
Pepper. Oh, this looks like it'd kill me.
This is spicy food. This is Indian food.
This is
Nando's is like Indian
this
food.
looks like it would fucking murder me if I touched it.
Well, do you like Indian food?
I don't like spicy food.
Well, Indian food is like Mexican food with more spice.
That would kill me. I like Mexican food, but like I don't like very spicy foods. I can't handle them very well.
So peri peri is very spicy, but adding mayonnaise makes the spice like bearable in a nice way.
Hmm. So you kind of woke yourself up with some nice spicy foods. Well, I had a pork roll, egg, and cheese sandwich. I had the classic.
That looks cool.
I ordered a pork roll, egg, and cheese. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
That looks tasty.
It's so fucking good. It's so good. I could pull up the exact image of the one I had today. I'd sent a photo of it to Sadiq when we were talking. I don't want to pull up the whole conversation. I think I sent one more recently to David because I was also talking to him at the time, so I could pull up the one from him. Here it is.
You spoke to the whole kill today.
I spoke to the whole keel. This is what it looked like, the one I had. There was a bunch of pepper on it,
That's
eggs,
cool.
like 3 slices of pork roll, and some
That's a
cheese.
bit that's a bit severe. That's very
It was a
American.
lot. It was a lot. I was choking on it. And I would if I had to make any suggestions to the chef, I would ask if it wasn't for fucking things of pork roll and said maybe 2 only. But I'm not complaining. It was delicious. I didn't have to choke it down. It was hard to eat with braces though, because it's hard when the braces just get tight, and it's hard for a few days to like bite into and tear into food. It's like bread and bagels becomes a hassle to eat, kinda. What the fuck is the full screen network? There we go.
All
Now it's
this
working.
food talk's gonna make me want to get more food, and that's not
It's
good
making me
because
want to get
like
more food.
right after this, I gotta swing
The
into
stream.
a stream.
Yeah, the stream to Seal
But
Elysium.
speaking of games and stuff, since we're both gamers,
Gamers. We're
and
gamers.
you're busy playing Fallout 3 on stream,
Yes.
so let's look behind the curtain. How is that like playthrough going in your mind? Because I know you gave your thoughts on the game, but how's your
I
playthrough
just want
like
to play.
been?
I, I think it has crippled my ability to play any of the games because I just want to play it, but I know I have to save it for stream. But I can't stream whenever I want to. Like I'll be sitting there at like I'll be sitting there like 2 hours until I have work, and I'm like, I just want to play Fallout 3, but I can't stream because I have work in 2 hours. So
Yeah.
then I just kind of sit there and do nothing because all I want to do is play Fallout 3.
Well, I mean, you finished the main storyline now, right?
Yeah, but there's nothing left to do except the DLCs, which I have to do on stream. Fallout 3 isn't a game I can kind of just pop in and play again. I want to play on the character that I have.
Yeah, but the DLCs are much shorter, so they can make for much shorter streams,
They
maybe.
will make for much shorter streams. I'm gonna be doing the pit tonight, and the pit is like 3 hours. Not even. Not
Yeah.
even. I can do that in like not even that amount of
Yeah,
time.
it's about average playtime for a blind playthrough of Portal.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. The pit is really small and simple, especially if you know what you're doing. It's actually like this. It's like the length of one main quest, maybe. I don't know. But then
The
after
thing
the
is,
pit, I'm gonna do point lookout.
I never played the pit, would you believe?
The pit. I think the pit's neat. I
I
don't think it's the best of the
it
DLCs, but it's neat.
it got a lot of like negative feedback. I wouldn't even say critique or review or something like that. It was one where people were like, "Look, cool idea, but
I think it's because the steel yard with all like the steel ingots you have to find. That segment kind of sucks. Though only you only need to find 10 to actually progress to the main story. Even there's 100 in total. But that only gets you like more rewards. You only need 10 to actually like go to the main story. But that whole area is really buggy as shit and it has a lot of issues. Yeah, if you see here, all reviews very positive.
yeah, they are positive reviews, but it's like there's 56
56 of
reviews."
them. Yeah, this is the Steam reviews. It's not really that accurate. There's still people playing it
Yeah,
now
this
when it
is
got released on Steam.
like yes, somebody's Pittsburgh.
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 I want to go to
Cool.
Pittsburgh.
I don't.
It's a city of steel in real life, where steel manufacturing kind of started in America.
And what I liked was Detroit Motor City, Detroit.
What the
It
fuck is
used to
that?
be the Motor City.
What?
The Motor City.
Yeah, Detroit. What about it?
Yeah,
I thought you were
that's
talking.
a,
I thought they were saying there was a game called Motor City Detroit.
no, but there was an anime called Detroit Metal City,
There's a
and
there's
that
a
was
game
pretty.
called Detroit Become Human,
Um,
like Quantic Dream, the guys who made Heavy Rain.
um, Quantic Dream makes the
Bad
games
games.
of all time.
Bad games.
They're not games. They're not games. Like that's the failure that most people like. They're being marketed as games, but they're not.
I think Detroit Become Human was neat. It had Clancy Brown in it, and I love Clancy Brown.
What was the guy's name? David Cage.
David
That's
Cage, yeah,
him.
he's the guy. He's the
David Cage is
a freak.
hatched from an egg.
Yeah, he's one of the hatch from an egg people. This
Yes,
facial shape. It's a very
these are the
French
egg
facial shape.
people.
He's a very French looking man. I mean, he is French. He's
He
from
is
Millhouse.
French,
Mulhouse. He made a
but
Fahrenheit? Oh no, this is nothing to do with the Fahrenheit book.
I played this game. I played
Known
Fahrenheit.
as
It
Indigo
had two
Prophecy.
names.
Indigo
Indigo
Prophecy is what it's called
Prophecy.
in America.
That's what I played. I played Indigo Prophecy.
Hmm.
And
Heavy
my
Rain.
goodness, it's it's a game. I would love to see you do a playthrough of Indigo Prophecy.
I
For
would.
real.
How
This
does this
game
game
is
play?
wild.
A man who
This
commits a
game is.
murder while supernaturally possessed the true abilities to investigate the case. Gameplay involves player making decisions that alter narrative. Oh, so it's like the later
Yes,
Quantic Dream
it's a
games.
David Cage game. It's
Okay,
exactly
so
like a
it
David
plays
Cage game, but
exactly like the rest of it.
it's much older, so clunkier, number
This is
one.
the only David Cage game I actually don't know the story to, because I know the story of Heavy Rain and the
It's bad.
story of this. Yeah, no, I watched my brother play a bit of it. I got bits and pieces of it. It looked horrible. It looked
It's it's
horrible.
it's it's really bad, and I feel bad for Elliot Page for having been a part of that.
Oh, this is an Elliot. Oh, that is Elliot Page.
Yes, she was in it, and Willem Dafoe.
He, you fucked it. You fucked
Sorry,
it.
fuck,
You
I
fucked
fucked
it.
it,
You
I
fucked
fucked
it.
it, I fucked it, I fucked it,
You fucked it. You fucked it.
I did fucked it.
Gaycation. Who wait? Who was he in X Men? Wait, does he play?
Yeah,
Does he
yeah,
play Kitty Pride? Is that who he plays?
yeah.
He plays
It's
Kitty Pride.
it's Kitty Pryde. He plays Kitty
Ah,
Pryde.
I fucking knew it. I was like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Ah, I knew it. Kitty Pride. Yes. I
Yeah,
remember
bro.
the only one of the
People
only
forget
scenes.
that Elliot Page was in these
Yes, one of
movies.
the only scenes I remember of this movie is the scene where Kitty Pryde is running through all the walls, and then Gargantuan's running to not Gargantuan. Who's his fucking name? Not
Um,
Gargantuan. What the fuck is his name? Colossus? No, Colossus is the steel guy. What's his name?
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Yeah, this guy.
Do you know Juggernaut? Here's some like cursed comic book knowledge for you. Juggernaut is not a mutant.
Is he not?
No,
He's just ugly. Is he
no.
not a mutant?
Juggernaut's power, like Juggernaut's ability to be unstoppable, is literally because they went into a cave one time and touched like a powerful relic of some kind and became literally unstoppable. Like there is nothing in the universe that can stop Juggernaut once they attain like momentum. They're not a mutant, they
So
are powered by an ungodly
he's
godlike force.
so he's just a typical like Marvel character. He just has his powers through like
Yeah.
another means. I've actually been binge watching not binge watching really. I binge watched two in a row, X-Men 1 and 2. Um
Three's good.
2
Three's
is 2
solid.
2 3?
Three.
Last they said
Yeah.
2 or did you say 3? Last Stand?
Yeah,
This
last
movie
time solid.
fucking sucks.
No.
This movie's
Look, here's the thing that I think all these people are getting wrong.
it
These
sucks.
comic book movies were comic book movies. They
This is
weren't like the
true.
modern Marvel movies. They weren't like think of the original Batman movies that
Oh, I love those so much.
exactly,
I
those were
love them.
so much more beloved. Like
Yeah.
as you can
You know,
say the
yeah,
Dark
yeah,
Knight
yeah.
trilogy is good movies, but they're not comic book movies.
Yeah.
These were comic book movies. People are trying to compare the X-Men trilogy to Marvel movies, and it's like, stop. I mean, look,
Uh,
they had Spawn.
there it is. Yeah, Spawn was DC. Yeah, 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 yeah,
There's
yeah. I would
Howard
love
the
to watch Spawn
Duck.
with you. Yeah, Howard the Duck.
Blade.
That's the first Marvel movie ever made. Is Howard the Duck.
Honestly, and even Blade took itself too seriously. Howard the Duck is an amazing film.
I have to see it. Blade. I wanted to watch Blade, but I'm thinking the thing is, I'll explain what I was gonna do. I was gonna watch every single Marvel movie because I watched the newest one, the Deadpool and Wolverine. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling because at the end of it they show, in the credits they show like a montage played to that one song that they always play at the end of every like
Yeah.
they played that song, and it was showing all the footage from all the Fox Marvel movies, like the X-Men movies and like Deadpool, the X-Men Origins Wolverine, not the shitty Wolverine movie and stuff, and the Fantastic Four movies, and it was in Blade and stuff, and it was showing all of them. And it's like because it's the finale of all like the Fox stuff. Like Fox no longer is making these Marvel movies, so, and I was like, man, I'm feeling nostalgic for like X-Men and stuff, so I want to go back and watch it. And I wanted to watch all of them in order, but Disney doesn't have the Blade movies. It doesn't have Howard the Duck. It doesn't have 2003 Hulk. It has Daredevil. It doesn't
You should be
have
able to find
Elektra.
Howard the Duck on a lot of like other places,
I
but
should. It didn't have Ghost Rider, but I have already seen Ghost Rider, and it's a wild movie. Ghost Rider 2, I think we talked about that at one point together.
yeah, the
This
one
movie.
where Nicolas Cage unironically painted his face like Baron Samedi, and a lot of the scenes were him just
Oh, yeah,
doing
yeah, him
Nicolas
being insane.
Cage.
Yeah, he's kind of insane. But no, I watched X-Men 1 and 2, which actually, now that I think about it, I should have watched Spider-Man in between them and Daredevil. I should not have watched
The
them
thing
back to
is,
back because there's 3 years between
I
them.
I don't like the Raimi Spider-Man
I
movies.
have never seen them.
Everybody lost their minds when it came out. Like
Well, this is
this
the first
really
Spider-Man movie.
exploded Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man was already the mainstay of Marvel. He was like the face of it. He was Marvel's like Superman.
Pretty much. But the thing is that this exploded comic book movies into the mainstream. Like X-Men did a bit of that, but it was mainly Spider-Man 2 years later.
Spider-Man.
Like
Spider-Man.
Blade weren't seen as comic book movies, and Blade 2, they put in the hands of the wrong person, I think.
Blade 2.
Mm.
I haven't seen any Blade movie. I really want to watch them though.
So look at Blade 1 quick. It says written by Goya,
Goyer,
directed by
Norrington,
Norrington,
and then Blade
right? Now
2
look at
is
Blade 2.
Guillermo del Toro.
So that's an interesting choice, right?
Yeah.
So they shouldn't have done this. Like I love Del Toro.
I
I
do like
love
del Toro.
everything Del Toro's done, but like this is not somebody who should have done the second Blade movie.
I think
Like
Pacific Rim is like one of
he
the greatest action movies ever made, by the way.
it is.
It's
It
really good.
is.
I haven't seen Hellboy.
Hellboy for me though.
I do have to
The
see Hellboy.
original like 2004 Hellboy.
I should see it. So
Pan's
wait.
Labyrinth is one of
So
my
wait.
favorite movies of all
So
time.
Chronos is his first movie,
Yeah.
and then Blade was relatively early on. It was the only is it like before Blade 2, he hadn't made like Pan's Labyrinth or
Chronos,
Hellboy or like any other
Chronos,
things he'd be known
Devil's
for.
Backbone, and Pan's Labyrinth. Right? His first
Mimic.
like four movies, three movies.
Aren't
They were all done in like Spain and
yeah.
Spanish and like
So these aren't even English
Blade
movies.
2 was his entrance into the Western market.
That's insane. And then it's Hellboy,
Yeah.
and then Pan's Labyrinth.
Which was his like his passion
Yes,
project.
I absolutely need to see Pan's Labyrinth. I absolutely need to see this
It
fucking
is
movie. I've
this
only seen the
movie
Pale Man scene because I watched an
is
essay on it, how it compares to fascism.
spectacular. The
I need
movie
to see
is
it.
spectacular. Like you know
It's making a
high
Frankenstein
praise
movie?
doesn't surprise me.
That I actually would love to see this. I already like the story of Frankenstein when it gets adapted by different creators. I think Frankenstein's one of those stories that when it gets adapted by other people, I think the Junji Ito Frankenstein is a good example of this, where he completely like
Mm.
his style of art like
One of
changed the
the
story so greatly.
one of the old classics written by a woman.
Yes, Mary
Shout
Shelley.
out to National
Mary,
Women's Day.
and also I think Mary Shelley and her husband are Percy Bysshe Shelley are like one of the best power couples in history. Like genuinely, the two of them were like insane with pushing out shit. Like her husband is the guy who wrote Ozymandias, King of Kings, that poem.
Oh,
Yeah, like the
her
I
husband
yeah
wrote Ozymandias.
first of all, if that's what he looked like,
Bobbing Twink.
yeah,
Bobbing Twink.
yeah, Ozymandias. I'm Ozymandias, King
This
of
is an
Kings. Look
amazing
upon
poem.
ye works in despair, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. Uh, my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. No thing beside remains round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless bare, lone. Blah blah. One thing about this, bringing back to the discussion earlier, there's actually a quest in Fallout 3's Point Lookout where you find a submarine called the Ozymandias. Bringing it back, bringing it
It was
back,
also a big plot point in Watchmen.
and also an episode of Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Is there a oh, there it is, Walter White. Yeah, Breaking Bad. Also apparently Alien Covenant. Woody
Doesn't
Allen.
surprise me.
Woody Allen.
Okay, let's not dive into Woody Allen territory on the first
Oh,
episode.
here's Watchmen as well. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, they were great. Frankenstein's a great story. I have the book right next to me on my shelf over there.
But
Um,
I am a big fan
Guillermo del
of
Toro.
Del Toro.
Yes, I do need to see his work. But back to this, I watched X-Men and X-Men 2 in the same night, and I realize now that I should have watched Spider-Man in between that and then Daredevil. And then
Hmm.
Daredevil would have had a palate cleanser being X-Men 2. Because this movie fucking blows. This movie's ass.
The 2003 Hulk. Which Hulk was that? I
That's the one
forget.
by
I mixed them up.
Ang Lee.
Ang Lee
This is the silly
starring
one.
what's his face?
Eric Bana.
Eric Bana. Yeah. Boo.
I don't know who
She's
that
cool.
is. Who's that? Oh, it's this guy.
My mom loves Sam Elliott.
Oh.
Sam Elliott is like unironically my mom's
Tombstone.
type
This
100%.
movie is on our watch list. I really want to watch this. This is the OK Corral gunfight movie.
And
He plays Doc Holliday in it, I believe. Because he looks like the guy over.
my mom's
Uh,
husband looks a bit like Sam Elliott.
it's got Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. That's
Val
crazy.
Kilmer is weird.
Val Kilmer is weird. He fucking look at his face.
Do you know he played Jim Morrison from The Doors?
Yeah, I can see the movie right here.
Yeah,
He played Batman.
he played Batman.
He did play Batman. That's the only role I know him in. That's the only role I've seen him in is Batman.
That was a fun
He was in
Batman
the Prince
movie
of
too, not
Egypt.
gonna
Who was
lie.
he in the Prince of Egypt? Did he play? Did he play Moses? He played Val Kilmer is Moses.
Why do you think I said this guy's fucking weird?
Uncredited voice of God. An insane sentence. An insane sentence. And Ralph Fiennes is Ramses.
This
Is
this
this the
movie had
peak?
a much better
Michelle,
cast than
Jeff
Jeff
Goldblum,
Goldblum,
Danny Glover. What the fuck is this cast?
Patrick Stewart,
What the fuck
Patrick
is this
Stewart.
cast?
What is this movie? I need to rewatch it.
Oh my god. I
I
haven't.
remember this as a kid.
This
I'm not
movie.
even like no, I'm
This
not gonna
movie's
give this
insane.
movie my time.
No, this movie's insane. This movie's fucking amazing. The animation in this
Yeah,
movie
it
is
is,
insane.
might be, but I'm not gonna give it my time.
Why? It's because it's a Bible movie.
Yes.
But it's barely Bible. It's more Jewish than Christian.
I don't like either of them.
Yeah, but like, you have to appreciate the fucking
I
the
watched it already
animation.
many times.
I need to see it again. Whatever. Also from a writing perspective, this is a perfect example of this trend that started in the 90s where they just use celebrities as voice cast. But like for this movie,
Yeah.
it's insane because
Steve
because none of these
Martin,
people fucking bombed it. Normally when
Helen
they get a
Mirren.
no Michelle Pfeiffer, like normally when they get Sandra Bullock,
Yeah.
Because normally when they get uh celebrities to play voice cast and voice acting, it normally sucks ass. But for that, it worked. It's crazy. Um, but hold on. So after the Hulk, we have the Punisher, which
Um,
this might be me being just Garth Ennis pilled, but I do like the Punisher.
I think The Punisher was the first 2000s movie to try to capture 90s like edginess without being like
I
actually.
think the Punisher is like beyond 90s edginess. This is like this sort of style I associate more with like I mean again and again maybe I haven't actually seen the movie, but the Punisher himself as a character to me like 90s edge, that's not this. This is like 2000s edge to me. Like
As somebody born
someone
in
born
2004,
someone
is
born in
that your opinion?
2004 and also has no knowledge of what it was like to live in the 90s or really the 2000s. In my head, closeted homosexual. What? Ballistic knife into his throat. Okay, I need to see this movie. Um, I only thing I know about this movie is this part here, the Puerto Rico part. There was an episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast where they talked about going to see this movie in theaters, and Gus had just come back from Puerto Rico, and he said it's not this nice. It doesn't look this nice. That's the only thing I know of this movie is that RTAA the RTAA they made about it.
It's
But
not this nice.
John Travolta's in this movie.
John
Uh,
Travolta's weird.
I need to see this movie because I'm Garth Ennis pilled.
Thomas Jane is a really good actor.
I'm Garth Ennis pilled, and I need to read. I need to watch everything that is associated with him, even because apparently this movie's based on his comic strip. Punisher Year One and Welcome Home, Welcome Back, Frank, which is the one that this is the one that Garth Ennis wrote. Where this is the one where he kills all the entire cast. I'm pretty sure of the entire every single he kills like all of them, all the Marvel characters. I'm pretty sure he kills them here. I think that's this one, right? I think so. Whatever, I like Garth Ennis. I think his stuff is so edgy in a way that it works. Right, like the boys being his stuff, obviously. Yeah, Billy Butcher. Boy, I can't say that word. Never mind. I can't say that
Yeah,
word.
don't say these words.
I
Don't
can't say
don't
that
say
word.
the words.
But I like the boys. I think it's so edgy to the point where it works.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, Blade Trinity, Elektra,
Look at the cast for Blade Trinity and blow your fucking mind.
Wesley Snipes, Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
is that guy.
Jessica Biel.
Chris Christopherson
He's
or
in all
Jessica
three of
Biel.
them.
Okay, Parker Posey. Triple H,
Yeah. Triple
Michael
H.
Higgins, John Michael Higgins,
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
That's all the crazy ones. Michael
Oh,
Cook. Yeah,
oh,
that's crazy.
it's so wild. And this was the one where Wesley Snipes like
Barely fucking
barely showed up. They had to
yeah.
reuse like cuts of him to get his reaction shots.
Vampire films.
The whole movie apparently
Bleh!
carried.
I'm Bela Lugosi. Bleh!
Apparently, the whole movie was carried by Reynolds.
Who the fuck is texting me right now? Let's nibble. Uh, fucking. I have to sneeze.
My screen is cursed. My screen is cursed.
What's happening on your screen? What the fuck are you doing? That's insane.
I'm deep in the sauce.
That's insane. This podcast is probably fucking miserable to listen to with how loud we're being and how stupid we're being. This is not a chill podcast.
I mean, is that what
I
you?
just sneezed at like bullet fucking gunshots, fucking decibels. I don't know if it came up on the Discord, but it definitely got picked up by OBS.
Yeah, OBS. I'm learning picks up a lot
It picks
more
up
than
everything.
Discord.
Fantastic Four. This movie fucking sucks ass. Oh my god.
Actually,
No, don't even defend it.
it's you know how I'll defend it.
Chris Evans.
The same defense as before. This was a real comic book movie.
I'll have to rewatch it. I'll have to rewatch it.
Just remember, people go into these things expecting like something, but really what it comes down to is it was from an age where they still made like comic book
Yeah,
movies.
yeah, yeah. I understand what you mean. I understand exactly what you're describing. X-Men Last Stand, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man 3, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
This is where it starts dropping off. This is where the movies start taking themselves like
The
really seriously.
2007. Well, I
No,
think.
oh wait. Oh
Oh, you're
wait.
talking about Iron Man? I think
Iron Man,
Iron Man's good.
Incredible.
I think Iron Man's good. I
Um,
think Iron Man's good.
it is good, but it's you can tell that they're
Yeah,
starting
they're no longer
to
going for the campy comic book stuff because these old ones they're going for like quick action, like bam, like they're trying to
look. It's the
capture that
Hulk
in a movie.
fighting 9 tanks.
Yeah,
Like
and then like they're in their costumes and actually I'm gonna knock this off because X-Men, if X-Men really was like one of those campy movies, they wouldn't have dressed them in the all black outfits. They would have dressed them in like the outfits, but that's just an
the
issue with
year
X-Men.
2000, they were still living in the 90s
They didn't dress them up in the yellow suits or anything. They didn't dress them up in the silly suits.
because the
So
90s wouldn't allow
the
for the yellow
90s the
suits.
90s would not allow for that. They didn't get the yellow suit until
They
now.
got
Until they didn't get the
the
yellow suit
tone,
until
but
now.
not the look.
Yeah. But yeah, these movies are all like super goofy and silly for the most part, except for maybe this one. Except for this one. But
Mm.
they're crazy and they're not taking themselves seriously. Well, some of them are, like Ghost Rider was kind of wild. It was very earnest. But they're also very silly. And then Iron Man comes out and it takes the premise and like puts it into like a reality kind of setting.
Yeah.
I think it's a good movie.
Iron Man retained some of the camp. The first
Yeah, it
Iron Man
definitely
did
had the camp.
retain, like, it had the right bad guy, it had the right tone throughout, but it was really
Actually, I think Jeff Bridges in
the
this movie is
building
really
blocks
boring. So
towards the big, deep,
I think
like the
eventually, oh, the Incredible Hulk. This
Incredible
movie
Hulk was
sucks. This is the
not
epitome. This is the epitome of what you're talking about in a bad way, like the
this
bad
is
stuff you're talking
what
about.
that no, the problem with that one was hiring Edward Norton. He's a great actor, but it's not the
He's
role
the
for
Hulk.
him. He wanted to explore the the psychological depths of what it must be like to be the Hulk.
The Hulk.
And they wanted to make a comic book movie.
We want you to be the Hulk. I will method act as the Hulk.
Yeah,
I
that's
will
pretty
method
much
act as
like
the Hulk. I'm going to expose myself to radiation, and
Origins
then
Wolverine.
what a movie! What a movie! What a fucking movie!
One of the best video games made from a movie, though.
Really,
Really. Like
really.
just as a hack
Cultural
and slash
impact.
game.
2 cases of adolescents injecting themselves with elemental mercury after seeing X-Men Origins Wolverine and incorrectly believing this would convert their bones to metal similar to Wolverine obtains a skeleton. Huh? Excuse me?
Only in America.
How did you get your hands on this?
It's not that hard.
What? We'll make
Cool.
ourselves like Wolverine, and then they just get a syringe full of it.
You can also take it out of a. I shouldn't be saying this.
Don't do not
I've
encourage
just
people to
got
do this.
myself there.
Do not give people the means.
Just because I know how to do the bad things doesn't mean everybody needs to.
I wanted like a list that would bring me to like the video game. Well then Iron Man 2, X-Men First Class is good.
X-Men First Class was good.
He's good.
I really think that
Michael
who they
Fassbender.
got for Professor Xavier,
Yeah, what's his name? What's his name? James McAvee.
James McAvoy, is an absolute legend.
He's a great actor, yeah. Mr. Tumnus. He played Tumnus. Yeah, he's great. He is great.
Is he was in the British version of Shameless.
I never saw that. Captain America. I never saw Captain America. Ghost Rider 2, fucking insane movie. Avengers, saw that in theaters.
And then you can see the change
And
of the
then
tone
yeah,
of
yeah. Amazing
it just
Spider-Man. This movie's
becomes
yeah, this is the first in my opinion like Well, this is actually Sony, not Fox. But this is the first of the non-MCU movies to me that like is really serious in its tone. This movie fucking sucks. Um, the Wolverine kind of hits that too. Like you could see with the marketing too, it's like trying to be more gritty and stuff. But I think the Wolverine's still a good movie.
Yeah.
It's fun. Thor: The Dark
Who's
World
the one where he's
sucks
old?
ass. That's
Logan.
Logan. That's Logan. That's down here.
People said spectacular things about Logan.
I haven't seen it.
They said like this is the perfect send off for the character, and
I mean,
then
probably,
Wolverine versus Deadpool comes out.
probably. I mean, I saw Wolverine and Deadpool, and the way they explain it is that the Wolverine in this movie is not the Wolverine from Logan. They go to a different universe and get a Wolverine who is a washed-up drunk, and he's like drunk and miserable the whole movie. The Wolverine from the original movies is dead. He died on Logan. So that's the way they make it so it actually doesn't ruin this movie.
Different
It's a
universes. I
different it's
mean,
a different
Deadpool can
Wolverine.
get away with that.
Yeah. The whole plot of that movie is that Deadpool's universe is being destroyed because Logan died and Logan was the only thing holding the universe together. So Deadpool gets sent out. He's like, "Oh, you're going to go to the main universe because you're important enough to go there." And he's like, "Okay, cool, but I don't want my universe to die. So I'm actually going to go get a new Wolverine and put him in my universe to fix the timeline." Um and so he's like doing that. That's the plot of the movie. It's fun. They most of the movie is spent in like the purgatory world where they're just talking to old characters from these old movies, like Wesley Snipes, Blade and shit, and Elektra and shit,
Oh God, that
Channing
must be cursed.
Channing Tatum, Gambit. That's that whole movie. And also like a lot of like the old X-Men cast are in there too, like a lot of the villain cast. That's the whole movie. Anyway, what's
I
next
still
up
want to
here?
watch. Did you watch the New Mutants?
I did not watch the New Mutants, but I've heard that movie is essentially three movies put together, like three short films put together into one movie. Like it was supposed to be a TV show or some shit, and
Oh,
they
okay.
shoved it into a movie. So it's probably not good.
Yeah, it doesn't lead to much
Yeah.
cohesiveness.
What else we got here? We got
This
Days
is
of Future
this is
Past is
more or
great.
less. I liked Days of Future Past as well.
Mm. Um,
This
Winter
is where I
Soldier haven't
started to
seen.
drop off.
I didn't drop off until after Endgame came out. When Endgame came out, that was the last thing I really watched. I saw the Spider-Man movies after that, but that was it. I didn't watch like any of these other movies here.
Thing is, like around then is when I started like seriously working.
That's I mean I guess that's fair. Yeah. Um, Spider-Man 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think the movie's good. I think all these Guardians of the Galaxy movies are good. I think they're all good. All three of them. Age of
I think I've
Ultron's
only seen the
mid.
first one.
They're pretty good. They have that campy comic booky style that the older movies here that you liked had, while also still having the visual style of being able to be colorful and fun and like lively and vibrant and not just being more gray, serious. Everything is miserable. Like these are fun movies.
But they are the most egregious examples of the Marvel quips.
No, no, that's Age of Ultron. That's this movie. This movie's the worst of
Look,
it.
I have a very
I think this movie's no
strange
I don't
Age
the
of
comedy
Ultron for me.
maybe the first movie is bad with that, but like when I saw the third one recently last year, this movie didn't have really any of that. It had like actual comedy.
Somebody
It
else
didn't have like
directed
Marvel.
it, didn't they?
No, it was all done by James
Same
Gunn.
guy.
It was all done
Oh,
by James
same
Gunn.
James Gunn.
He did
Oh,
all
he
of it.
must be cooling off in his old age. He's gone white now with the hair.
He did the new Suicide Squad movie too, the remake that they it's the second attempt. Um
Did they just reboot it?
yeah, because the last
And it's still
Suicide
start.
Squad
Wait,
it is a standalone sequel to Suicide Squad. No, it's a sequel to this god awful movie.
yeah, because I'm seeing the same actors: John Cena, Idris Elba, Margot Robbie.
I'm like 90% sure that they just saw that this movie was ass. The first movie was ass, and then they just retried it. uh, Dubois,
This
whoa, Harry Dubois,
Dubois.
Dubois.
Speaking of, how much footage do we have?
Oh, an hour 42 minutes. Should we
Oh,
wrap?
okay,
Should we start
good.
wrapping it up? What is going
Oh
on?
my
What is
god.
happening? What is happening? What? It's like a bunch of flies on the screen. What the fuck is happening?
Oh my god.
What the fuck? Okay. Oh, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Oh my god, this is gonna be a wild podcast to have to edit. What am I even
Uh,
gonna fucking put in? What a
um,
wild fucking podcast. My God. Well, that was the first attempt at this. This was kind of insane. I have to edit this now.
yeah, this is the cursed episode. This this
This
is
is the
this will
pilot.
forever be the cursed
This is
episode,
the
the pilot.
pilot. What do we talked about JD Vance. We talked about 9/11. Talked about food and Marvel. Those are the only four things we talked about, and we talked about it for like 2 hours.
Yeah, like time passes when you have these
Time
conversations. Haven't you
flies.
seen when we stay up till like when it's like 11 a.m. for me?
Yeah, and 2 a.m. for me. 3 a.m. Yeah. Well, that's the first episode of the Squeaky Dog Cast.
Thank you for
Um,
joining
thank
us.
you for coming in. I'll probably put in music that'll be coming in now, fading in. It'll probably be something Kevin MacLeod. I don't know. Someone will correct me at some point in the future, and I know Jade's wrong on this.
McLeod.
It's MacLeod. It's not. No, if it was MacLeod, it would be spelled MacLeod. Anyway, bye.